John aka Chicken Fillets here. Now let's be quite fair to this channel, I don't really have a lot of negative views when it comes to games, so let's change that for once. Now I thought it'd be quite funny to kind of take the mick out of myself with this one. So today we're going to look at games in general. I'm not going to just purely focus on JRPGs, but these are going to be 5 games that I really hate for all the wrong reasons. Now, before we get cracking on, if you like JRPGs, hating games for some silly reason, and a wee Scottish guy talking about it, please consider subscribing to the channel. Now, without further ado, let's have a look at the first game. Now, realistically, we should start off with a JRPG. So, I've talked about this game, how I have a love-hate relationship with it. So, that game is Octopath Traveler, the original one, okay? Now, with Octopath Traveler, it is an awesome looking game. The combat is fantastic. The story so far, which I have played, has been great. So why is this a game I really hate for all the wrong reasons? It's the grind. Quite simply, the grind in this game is just incredible. Okay? Now, for me, whose time is precious, I've got a lot of things going on in life, I've got a full-time job, family, etc. I don't have as much time to sit and grind out XP like I used to. Now with this, and there is means and ways around it. I've done videos before about this game and I've had comments in those videos, which thank you for leaving comments about it, because I've actually learned how to actually, farm experience points, etc. What? I've actually restarted this game twice. No, 3 times. 3 times. My third attempt, I found a little trick with one of the characters. I can't remember what her name is, but she's got a special attack where she can kind of get a random status to appear, but it could be a negative one. And one of these ones is like doubling your experience points. So that was kind of my way around it. But yeah, I have a really love-hate relationship with this one because it's such an amazing game. I'm just crap at it. Yeah, get good, I suppose. Okay, now let's talk about a normal game, right? So, just kind of give you a little bit of background, right? I absolutely suck and hate horror games. That's going to be sound clipped at some point. But I'm really bad at horror games. Resident Evil, Silent Hill, blah blah blah. Nah, I'm just not good with them. But when I first got a PlayStation 4, Mrs. Phillips got me a game which I put down straight away. There's a funny story, and this is why I really hate it, okay? Alien Isolation. Alien Isolation in general, right? I know how amazing the game is. The AI which was built for this game, where the xenomorph actually can pick up your patterns of how you escape from it, fantastic. And it's probably been one of the better Alien games which have come out, because we kind of know a history of the Alien games, aka Alien Colonial Marines. But let me give you a little story here. So many moons ago, I was playing this game. My wife wanted me to play it with her in the room. So we turned off the lights to try and make it even more scarier. Yep. So I'm playing it, and it's quiet in the room. Now, unbeknownst to me, Mrs. Phillips was creeping up behind me whilst I was sat on the bed playing it. And she just, I am no joking, no word of a lie, as quiet as a mouse, she comes up behind me and just goes, bleh. Just bleh. And I just got up, turned off. I was like, nope. Just turned it off. I was like, nope, not having this. Because I was at a point in the game, I just discovered the xenomorph. I was hiding from it. So I was already tensed up enough as it was. And then just that little... I was just like, no, I've had enough. Can't do it. Yeah. Actually, let's stick with another horror game, okay? Now, this just came to me as whilst recording. So we're going to bring up another sort of horror game, and that is Resident Evil 7, okay? Now, Resident Evil 7 again, is a game I really hate for all the wrong reasons, okay? Again, I know the Resident Evil games are fantastic, but with Resident Evil 7, I played it via the VR headset. My little brother brought round Resident Evil with the headset, and I was sat downstairs with my friends there with this headset on. Now, I get motion sickness, which I discovered whilst playing this game. So that's one reason to hate this one. It made me feel ill. Then whilst I was playing it with the headset on, you've got the earphones in, right? So when you're playing it, I wasn't aware of what was happening in the room. So again, I'm playing it in this world, you know, I'm going through this, like, coming up the house. It's like just the intro scene. From my remembering, you're walking through like this swampy area to get to the house, and all my friends just came up to me, including Mrs. Phillips, and just started grabbing my legs and grabbing my arms. I was like, nope, can't do this. So that's another game I really hate, because I got the bejeebus scared out of me. See, what you were expecting from this sort of video is me just to totally crap on games, but yeah, it's more taking the mick out of myself. Okay, let's go back to a JRPG. So this next one, I've discussed on the channel before, okay? And I can already hear Retro Brandon, friend of the channel, getting his fingers ready to type. So, Final Fantasy X, as you'll probably guess from the thumbnail. Right, I love Final Fantasy X. Right, I love this game. However, when the first PlayStation 2 version came out, I hated that game. I really hated that game because of the self-imposed rules in my head of how a JRPG game should be. So all the games that were similar, like sort of Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9, those were the previous Final Fantasies that I played before. Now, bear in mind my age, okay? Bear in mind this was back in like the early 2000s, okay? Final Fantasy X was different. It didn't have a world map. Cue Retro Brandon.
He said the thing! He said the thing!
Didn't have a world map, which in my head, all Final Fantasy games had to have a world map. So it was different. I hate this game because it was different from the previous ones. Honestly, utter joke, isn't it? Final Fantasy X is an absolute banger of a game now. Like, I got back into my JRPGs. You all know the story by now, how I got back into it. Final Fantasy X, I started playing when the HD version came out on the PlayStation 3 and the PS Vita. I double dipped and bought both games, and I absolutely love Final Fantasy X now. Finally got past that stupid world map barrier that I built in my head, so yeah. Right, so this last entry is kind of justified. So the last game on this list, it's a JRPG, it's Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes. Now, specifically the Nintendo Switch version. Now, the Nintendo Switch version of this game should have been a home run. Now, I am not a game developer. I don't know how to create any sort of game. But I found that the performance with this was just diabolical. To the point where I returned the game. I sold it off, got something else because it was that bad. When you play a game, especially on Nintendo Switch, I know that there's going to be sacrifices made. But with this game, this was pixel art with 3D graphics for your backgrounds, etc. We've seen this done before with the likes of your Octopath Travelers, more importantly, the likes of Star Ocean Second Story R. So this shouldn't have realistically had any problems in my eyes. Again, I'm not a game developer. But the game itself is probably awesome. I've seen loads of people laugh the game up, say it's amazing. It is the Suikoden, I cannot pronounce that today. You know the game I'm meaning. Correct me in the comments if you want. I've had a lot of people, like, I've seen people say it's an amazing spiritual successor and everything. But when you're hitting the menu button and it takes 2 to 5 seconds for the menu screen to pop up, that's just not on. It should just be like that. It shouldn't be taking that long to load a menu screen. Now, when you're on that menu, if you're trying to get from one section to the other, it's not instantaneous. It takes 2 to 3 seconds at a time. That is ridiculous. The load times as well, whilst you're getting into battles, was unbelievable. And the actual graphics of the game, although that they looked really good. Now, bear in mind I play handheld most of the time. I was struggling with the graphics, like it was really hurting my eyes. Again, these are stupid reasons for really hating a game. Now, there is a little silver lining to this story, because you'll find out in a next video why I'm looking forward to playing this again. Okay, so keep an eye on the channel. You'll understand why when you see it. So there we have it. Those are 5 games that I really hate for all the wrong reasons. Have you got a game in your catalogue which you hate for a really stupid reason? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, if you like what you're hearing and seeing on this channel, please help me grow it by liking, sharing and subscribing. And if you want to be kept up to date with everything Chicken Fillets, you know what to do. Hit that notification bell. This has been John, aka Chicken Fillet, and until next time, tatty bye.